Hello, welcome to DNW by Karuna. Stop for a second. Imagine tomorrow morning, fuel prices suddenly rise, stock markets fall, breaking news everywhere. And the reason is one country becoming unstable. Not America, not China, Iran. If Iran faces sudden collapse, the shock will not stay in the Middle East. It will affect the entire world. And what makes the situation different is not just politics, it's geography, it is energy, it is global power balance. Some countries are important because of size, some because of military power. Iran is important because of position. And in geopolitics, position can change everything. In this video, I will show you exactly why. Why location makes Iran important. Iran sits next to one of the most important sea routes in the world, the Strait of Hormuz. Around 20% of the world's oil passes through this narrow waterway. At its narrowest point, it is only about 33 kilometers wide. That means even small tension can disturb global shipping. Large oil tankers passes through this route every single day. Countries like Japan, South Korea, India and China depend heavily on this oil flow. If this route is blocked or even threatened, oil prices jump quickly, petrol becomes expensive, inflation increases, global markets react immediately. Even insurance costs for ships rise during tension, and when shipping costs increase, fuel costs eventually reach normal households. Iran does not need to start a war to affect the world. Even tension near this route moves prices. As long as the world depends on oil, this location gives Iran global importance. The nuclear issue. Iran has a nuclear program. In 2015, a deal called the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action was signed. The goal was simple. Iran would limit nuclear activity. Sanctions would be reduced, but tensions returned later. The nuclear issue is not only about weapons, it is about deterrence. When a country has nuclear capability, other countries must calculate their strategy differently. Even if weapons are never used, the balance of power shifts. For example, Israel sees a nuclear Iran as a serious security risk. If Iran builds a nuclear weapon, other countries in the region may try to build them too. Military spending increases, the risk of miscalculation increases. Sanctions were designed to pressure Iran economically, but sanctions also push Iran to build alternative partnerships. So the nuclear issue is not just military, it is economic, it is diplomatic, it is strategic. Even uncertainty around its keep global power alert. Iran's regional influence. Iran usually does not fight major powers directly. Instead, it supports armed groups in nearby countries. This strategy is often called a systematic influence. Instead of direct war, influence spreads indirectly. This reduces open confrontation but increases long term instability. Iran supports groups in countries like Iraq, Syria, and Yemen. If you know the names of any of these groups, write them in the comments below. Now think about this. If Iran suddenly collapses, those groups may not disappear. They may act independently. When central control weakens, local actors compete for power. History shows that power vacuums are dangerous, and markets fear uncertainty more than conflict itself. Iran, Russia, and China. Because of sanctions, Iran built closer ties with Russia and China. China buys oil from Iran. For China, stable energy supply is long-term strategy. Energy security is essential for economic growth. Russia and Iran also share strategic interest in balancing Western influences. So, Iran is not isolated, it is a part of a larger geopolitical puzzle. If Iran collapses, China's energy supply is affected. Russia loses regional influence. Global alliances shift. When one piece moves, the entire board adjusts. That this is why global powers closely monitor Iran's stability. Internal pressure. Iran also faces internal challenges. Economic pressure, sanctions, currency depreciation, public protest, internet restriction during unrest. When a currency weakens, import costs rise. When import costs rise, daily life becomes harder. Internal economic stress can influence foreign policy decisions. Sometimes government becomes more cautious. Sometimes they become more assertive. That unpredictability increases global attention. If sudden collapse happens, oil export may slow down. Regional influence weakens. Military command becomes uncertain. Financial markets do not like uncertainty. In today's digital world, market reacts within minutes, not weeks, not days, minutes. The global domino effect. Let's connect everything. If Iran collapses, oil supply drops, price rise, price rises, inflation increases. Inflation increases, economic pressure spreads worldwide. Energy connects transportation. Transportation connects food supply. Food supply connects daily living cost. So energy disruption becomes a chain reaction. At the same time, regional tension increases, military risk increases, global powers adjust strategy. This affects Asia, Europe, America, developing countries. In a globally connected system, shocks travel fast, and Iran sits at an important point in that system. Why total collapse is unlikely? Here is something important. Major powers do not want total collapse. The United States prefers stability, China prefers stable oil flow, Russia prefers keeping its regional partner. Complete collapse, creating unpredictability. And unpredictability increases risk for everyone. That is why global politics often operates in controlled tension. Sanctions, negotiation, pressure, talks. Too little pressure changes nothing. Too much pressure creates chaos. So, the system remains in a delicate balance. Next time you see news about Iran, do not think it is just regional politics. It connects to oil prices, global markets, military balance, world power competition. Understanding global politics is not about choosing sides, it's about understanding systems. Iran is part of a large global structure. Energy routes, economic network, strategic alliance, regional influence. When one important node shakes, the entire system feels it. And that is why Iran matters globally. If you want deeper, simple explanation of global issues like this, subscribe because understanding global changes early is always better than reacting late. Also, I have written a blog on this to break down more simply. If you are interested, link is available in description.